Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester.
And I'm John Rush.
And we're glad you're here watching our show. Got a great week planned. And the first thing, our weather brought to us by Haney, we always say that, but the first thing I noticed about the weather, the water temperature, folks, has now hit 66 degrees. John, that's big news.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's 66 degrees. Now, it's not quite there yet, but one thing, we're looking at a week from this coming Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, we're looking at March the 1st. And that is the beginning of March 1st. Now, March is the season, everything starts moving.
Bee season.
That's one you've been waiting for.
It is.
You've been going to pier every day?
Every other day. Yeah.
He's been looking out there. But anyway, we're right around the corner from March, so we got a little bit more cold weather. But really today, it's going to get up to 67, and low tonight it's going to only be 55. So we have some great weather today. So the moon phases, let's take a look at the moon phases for this month. We're looking at, today is February the 18th on a Monday. Now our moons are waxing all week long, and we're looking at probably a week from today, it's going to be a full moon. So we're going to good strong moon coming in there. Okay. Also, looking at our tides, John.
We're getting in some good tides.
Well, we talked about last week. We had a whole week long. We had deep tides and not much going on. But I think now, looking at this week, 18th through 23rd, we're looking at a low tide this morning at 2:11 and a high tide at 3:20. So it's a good week for tides. And next week it's going to be slack again. But this week will be good, strong tides. All right. That's going to take care of our weather. Brought to us by Haney Technical Center. And I know a lot of the teachers out there, and they do such a good job. I was thinking about a great class to take out there, electricity. We all need to know something about a little bit about electricity.
I actually took a tour out there the other day, went and walked around, and it is very, very interesting. They have some cool stuff.
I'm glad you did. They go anywhere from they have computers classes, nursing classes. I was going to mention the electricity classes they take. Jerry Pridgeon. Jerry lives in Weewall. He drives up from Weewall every day and teaches the electrician class at Haney. So, good class, okay? Let's take our break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Sitting here with intern John Rush, a big Auburn War Eagle, and I'm going to go and set ahead of time so you don't have to scream it out at the end of the show. But glad to have John. He's doing a great job with us. You got to see a lot of folks, and we got a good picture. Let's start off with this picture. John, tell us about this now.
Well, I went crappie fishing. But I didn't do much fishing. I did all the filming, but I went with Mark Cowart and Bill Allen, and they wore them out. I think we got a total of about 16, and these, I've never really done much crappie fishing in my life. I've always, if I'm doing freshwater, I'm doing bass and brim, but these things are big.
They were big on the too.
Huge.
What's funny now, though, Mark and Bill let John bring him home to eat, so you have plenty of food to eat. So this week now he's gonna be okay. He'll be eating crappie every night.
Yeah.
I tell you before you went over there, it's a special lake to me. My granddad, my dad, and I fished it, and my brother fished it for many years, and it's a pretty lake. Isn't it?
It is a beautiful lake.
It
Very
really
beautiful.
Do you remember the name of the boat landing y'all put in?
Where you put it in? No, I have no idea.
Okay.
But we fished the lily pads. We got a nice video coming up sometime. I don't know when we'll have.
Okay, we're going. John.
Video, and I think we're gonna have Bill and Mark on to talk about it.
Okay.
So we'll get the whole scoop about it.
This will be good. So we'll have that video, some good freshwater fishing coming up soon. Our schedule, we're really getting this thing packed in there. But what else have you been doing this past week?
Well, I've been hitting on the pier. It's looking. I think one person hooked up with a bonita, but then lost it. But I've seen the bonita out farther. Right off the pier, but I'm getting ready to catch some of those.
Okay. Well, I guess weather last week. We had some days. The sun didn't come out for a couple of days.
Yeah, but I was out there.
I know it.
The sun wasn't there. Yeah, last week wasn't the greatest fishing week, but
like I said, we're talking about March now, right around the corner. I don't know if I told you this, but I've told my viewers the two hardest months to put on an outdoor show is always February and August. Because it just seems really hot in August, and it's really in February in that transition stage, and you do 1 or 2 hunting shows, and then you're ready for fishing, and so we're about to make it through February.
Yep, I'm ready to get into the copia.
Okay, I want to tell you about the third fog of the year. This is what the locals, the old timers. This goes way back in the day with the early captains and the third. Have you heard the third fog?
Have.
Okay.
3 fogs in a row.
Well, the third fog of March should start bringing in the Spanish. That's
Well,
Captain Ware.
If it's anything like this morning, I couldn't see but like 3 feet in front of me. So
well, we'll have some March fogs, that's for sure. So let's see. The website or the survey. How's the survey?
yeah, the survey's still up and going. You know, if you haven't had a chance to go on to SurveyMonkey and do that for us, we'd really appreciate your feedback on the show. It takes 2 minutes at most, just a couple clicks, a couple comments, and Jeff's going to put that up for you right now. And you can also find the link on the YouTube channel. If you just Google Panhandle Outdoors YouTube, it'll pop up, and you can find it on there.
I mentioned on YouTube, if you didn't have a chance to watch Friday morning show with Drew Benton, you really need to watch it on YouTube. It was an outstanding show.
Awesome show.
It was
very, very cool.
It really was. So try to watch Drew. Drew's just such a neat guy, and to one other thing, and then talk about where he fished and what he fished with and all. And it was just a special show. So if you get a chance, watch it.
Very neat.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, we talked about our seasons now. We're about to go into muzzleloading season, February the 18th, okay? That's starting today. Muzzleloading February 18th through 24th, so make sure you know that. Now, gun season ended yesterday, so don't take your 30-06 out there to the woods today. What else is going on? Quail, we're going into March the 3rd, and squirrel goes on into March the 3rd, and bobcat and otter. We haven't done a bobcat and otter show, but
why haven't we gone bobcat and otter?
I don't know. We'll get a chance now. If you're hunting bobcat and otter, give us a call. See if we can get out there by March the 1st. So and then of course spring turkey is coming on the 16th of March. That's our dates to keep in mind too. All right. Let's go ahead and we got a lot more to talk about. Let's go ahead and take this break now, and we'll be right back. Now, welcome back. Glad you're with us Monday morning. Love to start off Monday morning with Panhandle Outdoors, and hope you have a great day today. But listen, we've got some a fishing tournament coming up this weekend. John, tell us about it.
Speckled trout.
Speckled trout. Listen, we used to have a lot of tournaments all through an area, and they've about dwindled down. But it's good to have a speckled trout. We appreciate Sunjammer putting this on. Tell us about it.
It's going to be, February 23rd, I do believe. It's a Saturday, and the entry fee is $28 per person. And $25 of those dollars is going to the pot, $3 for the processing and everything. And let's see, 30% of the pot is going to the biggest fish brought in, and 70% is going to the 3 fish aggregate. And I believe weigh-in is between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock is the deadline.
Panhandle Outdoors will be out there, and we'll be filming a weigh-in, and it's going to be fun. These tournaments are a lot of fun. We have several redfish tournaments, but the speckled trout tournament, we just don't have many. So we appreciate Brad putting that on for all the viewers here in the Panhandle. So just give them a call or go. You can even register online, I think.
Yeah,
I think so. I was looking at it.
You can do a checkout on their online store. I saw that.
Speaking of fishing now, let me mention these license-free days. At the meeting last Thursday, the FWC came out with a lot of things. We're going to talk about the grouper season, snapper season, but also they came out with the dates for the license-free. You don't need a license to fish these days. So you want to tell, okay, if you're a Florida resident, Saturday, June 1, and Sunday, September 1. That's going to be the saltwater days. Freshwater days going to be different now. Saturday, April 6th, and Saturday, June the 8th. That's freshwater. So you can check those dates on the website. And I've mentioned them several more times too. I'll try to mention them the week ahead. But the first one coming up, of course, will be Saturday, June 1. Would be the saltwater, and then the following Saturday would be freshwater. So those are license-free days. You don't need a license to fish.
And for your gag grouper in Taylor, Jefferson, Waukulla, and Franklin counties, and that includes the water of the Steinhatchee River.
Yep.
Is that right?
Steinhatchee?
Yep. Apalachicola Bay and the Indian Pass. You're going to be fishing for gags between April 1st and June 30th. That's your open season, and everywhere else, I believe, is between July 1st and it ends December the 3rd.
Okay, now stop and think. This is basically what we did last year. And the beauty of it, we're in a unique location. We'll always talk about that, but we're in a unique location. John, the the grouper come in really good off Franklin County, Wakulla County. The bottom we talked about, there's really good bottom. They come in close. They're starting ready to spawn, getting the pre-spawn and all, and that's when they catch them there. But that's part of our viewing area too down in Carabel. So what we did last year, we really tried to go several times grouper fishing down in that area in those first few months, especially April and May. So then we caught some nice grouper, and then we came back here. And July 1st, it switched over. It closed down there and opened up here.
Okay.
So that turned into, we had a grouper the rest of the summer here. So we had a steady supply of grouper.
That's nice.
Yeah. So we're going to do that this year.
All right.
Now you're going to be here through April.
Yep.
Through the end of April.
We'll go grouper.
We're going to take you grouper fishing off Franklin County, off Carabel there, and let you meet all those fine folks down in sea quarters.
And now, what everyone's been waiting for the snapper season.
The snapper season. This is there's a lot more to this. You got to read between the lines. This is fascinating, and I know Scott Lindsay wrote some on it in his article. And the feds think we don't have that we've overfished it according to their research, but the states don't. And mainly the states that really sort of bucking them are Texas, Louisiana, and now Florida has come aboard. And our season, here's our official season now. It's going to start June 1 and end July 14th. That's 44 days. That's the proposed season. Now it may be this is state water. It's going to be it's a 44-day season, and they just said this at a meeting. But the point is, the big thing that July 1st, okay, it's going to open up. I'm sorry, June 1st through July 14th. But you're going to have a July 1st opening of a grouper season, and a July 14th closing of snapper. So you have those 2 weeks. And I took advantage of this last year. We booked a couple of really good trips where you can go. I used to do this all summer.
Catch everything, keep everything.
Those 2 weeks there, so you need to go and clear your calendar, and call Captain Bobo or Jerry Anderson or some of those guys out there if you can't take your boat out, and set you up some trips, because those 2 weeks you can catch snapper and grouper. And,
did they change the bag limit or anything?
No, everything's the same as far as we know. Everything's the same.
2 a person a day, or what was
it? 2 a day. I've read over and got everything here, but and we'll talk more about it too. This is just the initial setting, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen on this. Another thing, this is not has anything to do with fishing, but I didn't bring this up with me. At that meeting also, and we don't do a lot of this around here. Falconry, having the falcons fly in and all that. That used to be regulated by the U.S. Fish and Game, but now they're handing it over to the states, which is rare that the federal government is going to let the state run it. But I figured it's some kind of money deal. They were trying to cut budget, so they're going to tell the states, you set your own falconry rules. So I know there's always a handful of people doing it. So Florida now is in charge of their own, and Georgia has their own, and Alabama will have their own regulations on it. It won't be the federal government on that. Okay. Now, John, we were talking to we didn't get a chance to go on Friday's show. We were having such a good time with Drew on the show. We didn't get a chance to talk a lot about the fishing, on the fishing forecast. You and I were thinking the same thing when we came this morning. We need to talk about the fishing forecast.
I believe so.
So we have it here. What we have here, I talked to, this was Friday's fishing forecast. It's on the website and all, but we talked to Blair Morgan. And I got tickled at Blair, if you remember on the phone last week, he was saying they're having to fight the gators, the bears, and the water moccasins. And that, if you're fishing or hunting, they were having to do that. Even at the boat landing, there were some bears down there. So the sheephead, that was still a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, last week at the pier, did you see any sheephead?
I didn't see any sheephead, but I saw some redfish.
You did?
They are right on the line of. A lot of them were 29 inches, 30 inches, but there were a couple that were about 26, 25 that they got in.
And now you caught some squid the early part of next week, right? Didn't you catch
last
some squid?
Week, yeah. Early part of last week. And from what I've heard, I need to go to the marina pier.
The city marina.
Because that's where the water shoots in, something like that.
Well, it comes right on in. It's best fishing this time of year, so if you get a chance one night, run down there.
I need to.
Take a camera and your squid rig, but they were also catching some fish with some fresh squid, right?
Yeah, the whiting and shark, catfish. It's just been so rough. The water.
Yeah.
water hasn't been too nice.
Well, I thought it was interesting what Drew Benton said Friday when, on that third day, he dropped second place on that third day because he had to go to Plan B because of the wind.
Mm-hmm. And
I was telling my class about that too Friday morning, how a lot of times in the outdoors you have to go to Plan B. And I said, remember, Plan B is better than Plan C. It may not be quite as good as Plan A, but a lot of, we cannot control the weathers and factors, especially here on the coast and all. And a big lake like Lake Okeechobee, it gets rough and you don't need to take any chances. So a lot of times, and you went out with Mike Heppenstall the other day, and it was blowing at the house, but y'all got out there and it was
awesome.
It was pretty smooth, wasn't it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, but again, you don't know till you go. Yeah. All right, let's take our final break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Glad you're with us. Got a great Monday already shaping up. I want to welcome Mark Cowart. Mark's been on the show before with Bill, but we want to welcome him aboard as part of the Panhandle Outdoors team. He's going to help sponsor the board right here. This will be brought to us by Edgewater Beach Realtor. That's where Mark is a big factor out there, and Mark's going to be on the show some. But our fishing times for today would be, I'm looking at it, be 6:10, be right here from 6:10 to 8:10 a.m., and tonight 6:34 to 8:34. But this morning 6:10 to 8:10 will be an excellent time. So welcome aboard, Mark. I'm glad to have you, folks. Any of y'all want to be a part of the show as far as sponsorship? We certainly could use it and always appreciate it. And our sponsor, we use local folks and good quality folks as sponsors. And you've met a lot of them, and it's impressive at our sponsors. I ask you to support them, and that's what keeps us coming on the air. As the old time preachers used to say, keep the cards and letters coming. All right. Now, we were going to also, you had some, we're going to go Google Earth now. I think
we're going to go Google Earth real quick.
You've been able to catch them.
I've done a little bit of wade fishing, and I think that this is a spot that a good amount of people should know about to go wade fishing, because, there's times when you don't have a boat, you don't want to go to the pier, you don't want to fish off the beach because the waves are crazy. Well, these places are a little bit more protected. Mm-hmm. So right here, all right, you're going to have to help me with what point this is. This is right by the pass.
Deep water point.
You've got the pass right here.
All right.
And then you've got this point right here. And this road is called Jan Cooley Drive.
All right.
And Bay Point?
That's Bay Point.
Yeah,
that's
you go
correct.
through Bay Point. You go all the way down this Jan Cooley Drive, down to the very end right here, and it just ends in a sand drive, basically. Uh-huh. And there's a couple driveways right there, so you got to be really careful of where you park so you're not blocking them off. But, I mean, that thing just opens right up into these flats right here. Uh-huh. And great place. I'm excited to put my kayak in there one day.
Yeah.
Great place to put my kayak in. But anyways, I waded all the way around to this point here. Uh-huh. And, I mean, you can walk all through this area. There is so much. And you don't have to worry about being weedless because there's not much grass in there because, really the boats have kind of torn it up, as you can. Yeah. You're
right at the mouth of Grand Lagoon. You
can see where the boats have gone through all right there. But I didn't catch anything here, but it looked. Yeah. I didn't go on the best day to go there. But you can walk up around here to this marina and dock, and it gets really deep right here out at the end of this dock. And I've heard that is a place to catch redfish and specks and flounder. And I've also heard later on in the month we'll be able to get some. We'll be able to get tarpon even and cobia off of this point.
Okay, open up a little bit
while you're waiting.
Let's look at the whole thing now so people know where they are. Right there. Okay, that's Grand Lagoon, and you're looking at the mouth. You're looking at the mouth of Grand Lagoon, and okay, right there. This is Deepwater Point down on the bottom there.
Okay.
And that whole area, of course, that's St. Andrews State Park across the water. But what John has pointed out, that whole area in there is excellent fishing because, especially when the Spanish coming in, you're going to catch Spanish. You can wade out and catch Spanish on top of water.
You've just got so much water flowing in and out of there with the pass being so close.
Exactly. If you can, zoom back in and show that grassy area where those boat marks are. That's fascinating. We can see it on Google Earth right there. The folks right there. See, that's amazing. Those are grass beds that the motors have gone across, and really and truly, that destroys the grass beds.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it is, and most of these are done by folks who are not familiar with the water, and I don't think they're doing it intentionally, but they're at the same time they're not being careful and taking it easy. But they're about to destroy that grass bed right there. The beautiful grass. It used to be just all solid grass, but that's a great. I didn't realize we could see it that well on Google. I hope you can see it well on your TV this morning. So that's good. So those grass beds where everything is nourished. Everything starts with those grass beds. All the everything little starts there, and you can go to St. Joe Bay, see those same motor marks. When you get in that grass now, you just got to lift your motor up. Even got to turn your motor off and pole out of it. But don't run across them full speed. It just destroys them.
Yep.
Takes them a couple of years. Takes them a couple of years to get back on it. But when there's that many of them back and forth across there, we really probably need some buoy lines, not buoy lines, some kind of markers to let people know.
Definitely. A stick or something.
What I like about what you just did, John's new to the community and all. He just went out looking and drove down the road and.
Well, I got a little bit of advice from.
They told you to go down there.
To go there, and yeah.
And but that's an excellent fishing area. And
I'm excited to get back out there whenever. The temperature being up to 66, I might have to go out there soon.
You're going to start seeing a lot of action right there. Like I say, everything comes through the path right there, and then Grand Lagoon's an excellent breeding ground, and then all across from there is good. So great. That's a good fishing trip this morning. I'm looking at on tomorrow's show. We're going to have a Divers Den coming on tomorrow. The rest of this week's show, we have Brad coming on this week. Got a big fishing report. Then next week, got Students of the Month and Ken Paramore. So I got all kind of things planned, and then you've got some stuff.
Yeah,
you got
we'll
some
have
video.
a good amount of stuff.
Got a crappie video and then some more videos. So we got to make room for that.
Yep.
All right.
We'll have some good stuff coming up.
And plus your girlfriend's coming down.
Your girlfriend's coming to town.
And we're gonna get her on the show.
All right. We might be able to get her in here.
Right.
I know she's excited to go fishing, and we'll do some filming of her fishing. So.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, John. Good job again.
Yep.
All right, you go have fun today. I'm gonna go to work. All right, folks, you have a great day at work or wherever you're going today, and be sure and do something good for somebody. And God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.